Ladies, gentlemen, other beings, welcome back to the No Prep Numenera stream. My name is Will, I'm your humble dungeon master. As you can see, I have nothing in my sleeves. These are my notes. They are blank. I don't even have a pen this week. Budget cuts are real life. We are playing Numenera, which is a role-playing game set 1 billion years in the future on Earth in a science fantasy setting. The game takes place on Zatolis, a walking city. The players, who I will introduce shortly, are citizen adventurers of Zatolis and get into all kinds of trouble and nonsense. Instead of saying what your character class is, because I don't know how many of our viewers actually play Numenera, I want to get a short description of what they look like and their capabilities, what they do, that sort of thing. Starting with Cyrenia.
Oh, geez. Serenia is kind of like a weird mystical voodoo priest of sorts, only instead of voodoo and magic, it's actually science or technologies.
Technologies.
Yeah, that word. And she does look like a cyberpunk voodoo priestess. For those, if you've played Horizon Zero Dawn, it's kind of like the matriarchs.
Any
so,
NPC from
yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
There you go.
Good. I am Cyberdane. I am a sort of a tough brawler character. I am very tall, broad shoulders, strong dude, but definitely let himself go. Developing a bit of a gut. However, I'm turning my life around again. I've recently shaved. That was last session. Hoping to get some replacements for these my fallen out teeth. And I've recently upgraded my house, which is basically a tent on a roof.
Hell yeah.
I'm fourth of the fifth. I'm a techno doctor and literal savior.
Okay.
I look like John Everyman.
Let's use the precise terminology. Messiah.
Yes, literal Messiah. I also saved us from the gears.
Sure.
Debatable, but
That's how we're gonna etch it in the side of the temple.
The Chosen One went into the bowels of Zatolis when it wasn't moving, and when he came out, it was moving, so...
Yes, and that's all we need for a religion.
He is the Chosen One.
there you go.
Yeah, I enjoy long walks on the beach, and I'm really good at jumping.
What? No, that's
If you're
my
not
thing.
going to use it, I'm taking
It's
it.
blowing up your spot.
That's
Yeah,
my
I'm
thing.
Dang.
excellent at jumping. Like, jumping is my thing.
I'm gonna-
I only really am good at one thing, and that's jumping. I would leave this whole religion aside for jumping.
Tom woke up and chose violence today, jumping on the other player's niche. Silverdane, famous jumper.
Yes.
I think it's amazing that you describe your character as having a beer gut when, in fact, you are like an Olympic-level jumper. It's all the more surprising when you leap like 20 feet into the air.
That's not what I heard. I heard fourth of the fifth is really good at jumping.
I think it's going to be kind of like the chief of medicine from Scrubs, who he's like this old guy who's kind of down on his luck, but he's got calves of steel.
Yeah. Well, literally calves of steel, because I've recently decided that all my jumping power comes from bionic legs.
You need me to tinker with those a little?
Duskroller asks,
Sure.
can you be a messiah without being good at being a messiah? I mean, if you're the messiah of jumping.
I want to point out that there's a lot I could say, but we're going to move on to Numenera.
Yeah, there's a lot of ins and outs there.
That's a lot to unpack. We're going to throw right in
Speaking
the
of your
garbage.
messiah behavior, your most recent exploits were, I believe, fomenting rebellion against the merchant class of Zatolis.
Yeah, because everything was too peaceful in Zatolis.
Yeah. Which resulted in an attempted assassination through a third party, which the party is in the process of unraveling. The Secret Keepers Guild, a anonymous secret organization that functions both as a messenger of service and a confessional. Basically, they keep and share secrets as they see fit. Their ultimate purpose, still yet unknown, was used by the Merchants Guild to hire an assassin to take out Fourth of the Fifth, who is fomenting rebellion against the mighty elite, commerce, currency, all of the above.
The class that is not the working peasant class.
Or any class that is not.
If only there
the
was some
poorest
sort of
Zatolis.
like fancy term that I could use to
This is a
describe.
really complicated ideology you have.
Yeah.
You should put together some kind of manifesto.
You know, I've been thinking about it lately.
If only you could read.
I don't follow your religion at all. Just putting that out there. If you guys are lost as well, yeah.
You're good. You know what? You're not the people we're trying to talk to.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
the people who have money, and I preach
Have
for the people
money?
who have not.
I just jumped, dude. I'm poor.
Of course. Of course we got the random dangerous encounter right away.
You know what? We
Okay.
need to shut up anyway. So
Having too much fun.
yeah, it brings us back to focus.
Okay. So, I've been kind of waiting on this one for a little while. Flashback to Silverdane hitting up Joren, one of the local mercenary / town guard, self-appointed town guard / warriors, being like, "Hey, I need some money." You sort of wake up on your roof to like a commotion on the rooftop across the street.
Okay.
You are in your tent on the roof, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna roll some story dice to generate the creature that blows across the roof and knocks your
Oh.
tent over.
Oh man. I thought it was more of a shack at this point anyway, so that's even worse.
No,
Oh,
it's
like a
strictly tent.
lean-to.
It's a tent. All right, we'll compromise and say
What-
lean-to.
What you call a shack, but let's not fool anybody here.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so I rolled like a telepathic man and a trap door and an invisible man for my story dice. So I think basically you sort of feel like a pressure on your mind, and then this like rapid moving shape blasts through your lean-to.
Okay.
The sense of it as it jumps over you, you feel like it's a large, almost like feline presence. It's got that explosive energy.
Okay.
It's got 6 legs. As you
Whoa.
roll up and Joren lands on the roof, he's like, "You still want that money?"
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And like you guys are standing like this, and across the roof there's this 6-legged creature that like the light around it is bending and bouncing off. It's basically like transparent.
Okay.
And as it looks at you with the one eye in the center of its face, that eye like lights up and starts glowing, and it shoots like a laser at you,
Oh man.
like a blast of light energy.
Well, that's not good for me. My
All right, I'm
intellect
gonna-
is pretty crap.
Well, it's actually a physical attack. You need to make a speed defense roll. I'm
Oh, good.
gonna roll. Let's see here. I'm gonna roll 3d10, and I'm gonna take the middle die to determine how dangerous this creature is.
Okay.
I got a 2. Kind of sucks.
It's fine with me.
Joren's having a real problem with it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, fortunately, I am trained in speed defense,
All right.
so I'm just going to dodge aside from
So
this.
it blasts a laser light at you. It's a level 2 difficulty to dodge, but I'm going to say that it will do a significant amount of damage if it hits. Probably like 4.
Okay. Since I'm trained in speed defense, I assume that lowers the difficulty by 1.
Correct.
So I just need to make a 3 or better.
Yep.
Okay. I can do that.
And he rolls a 6. No, that's a 9.
It's a 9.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got there.
I'm going to tumble out of my dodge and bring up my bow.
Okay.
I'll attempt to snipe this thing's eye.
Oh, man. All right. So it's a level 2 normally. But the fact that it bends light around it, it's kind of hard to track exactly where it is. Combined with the fact that you're trying to shoot it in the eye means that this is a level 4 shot. But if you land it, you will almost certainly kill this creature.
Okay. Since I'm trained in heavy ranged, I'm assuming that lowers the difficulty. Yeah, okay.
You can spend effort if you want to make it even easier.
You know, I'm going to just take my luck on this. So I need to make a 9 or better, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to go for it.
He gets an 11.
11, there you go.
So without missing a beat, you jump away from, I think you're probably doing like a sweet Legend of Zelda style. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. You're doing like a sweet Legend of Zelda style. It shoots the laser, you jump away. The laser hits right where your foot was going to be as you're already drawing and knocking your bow. You let loose, and with a sort of almost glass-like crashing, crunching noise, it hits the head of this thing, and the cloaking on it from the head to the tail just disappears.
Ew.
And it is a machine. Like, it is
Oh.
mostly synthetic metal of a very light variety.
Okay. Is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
It stops moving.
All right. I definitely want to get down to where it is, presumably with Joren, and check this thing out.
So he walks up to you, and I feel like there's some sort of like traditional hunters like salute. I don't want to do a fist bump. I think he holds up like this part of his fist, and you guys just go like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Good shot. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah.
So, the craftsman who's working on my hang glider said you want to learn how to salvage.
Oh yes, I do.
All right, well I know a thing or two. Come here.
Yes. Okay.
So we have like the classic scene of like two guys working on a car where it's like I'll do it in like a montage where he's got like this thing's rib cage cracked open. He's like showing you different stuff. Like you go to touch something, he swats your hand away, he like pokes it with a stick, and it like melts with acid.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and make me a salvaging roll.
Okay.
It's difficulty 2.
I have no skills for this, but fortunately, I unlearned my inability to salvage Numenera.
So the stuff he's saying is starting to make a lot of sense,
Okay.
especially hanging out with the people you've been hanging out with, 4th or the 5th, and Serenia.
Right.
You've picked up on a lot of what they're putting down.
Magic.
Right. So this is really important to me. So I think I am actually going to spend a level of effort.
You could spend 2 levels and make it difficulty 0.
I think I'm just going to spend 1. I think I can make a 3.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 3 points of intellect since I have an edge of 0. And I just need to make a 3.
Ah!
Oh, boy.
The 2 arena.
He
I
was
should've-
so confident,
alright.
too. No, I think I can make it
Okay.
3.
I'm going to spend 1 XP. I have 1 left.
Okay. So in Numenera, you need 4 XP to level up, but you can spend XP to reroll. So sometimes you don't
There
necessarily.
you go.
There you go.
Okay,
8.
he got an
Okay.
8.
Made it.
All right, roll me some story die and tell me what kind of iotum you find. Iotum is the
Those are
base
story dice.
building parts of Numenera. Basically, something in this machine will help you build something else. So you have to come up with a part. So we got like a magic wand and a gift box.
Oh.
Dude, Sistrar's got the 1,000 points.
Hmm.
Ooh, artifact discovery.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna
So
queue them up back to back.
iotum. That is, it's like Numenera-ish building material, right?
Yeah. So like a machine mind or pistons or even like gears,
Okay.
synthetic flesh, anything you could use to make something else.
I know exactly what this is.
All right, what did you find?
This is an Abyssal Mirror.
Okay, what does that do?
It is a spherical. It is a sphere that is totally black. Like I can pick it up and hold it, and it feels like I'm holding a heavy ball of glass or something like that. And it just completely absorbs all light.
Okay.
And it's like a powerful, reality bending thing, like transdimensional sort of thing. Like
It's probably what this thing was using to bend light around itself.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come up with an artifact.
Okay, cool.
As Joran, who is on the other side of the machine, is just like, that's weird.
Also, I'm going to take it.
You gonna take the artifact?
Take the
Iotum.
iotum. I don't want to be greedy. Also, if Serenia or 4th of the 5th is nearby, I definitely would not fault them for wanting to crash this party.
I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
So Joran's just like, that's weird. Usually these HKs don't have this. He pulls it out. So he pulls out what looks like sort of like a quivering mass of purple hexagons that sort of like, so the pattern on the surface of the orb is hexagonal and fractaline in nature, but it's constantly like quivering and pulsating and like slowly changing shape. You don't know what that is off the top of your head, and you're not really sure he does either. You can make a understanding Numenera roll. It's definitely some kind of artifact.
I cannot. That is one of my inabilities, but I think I know someone who does.
All right.
I want to go inside.
Okay.
What is this thing, Serenia?
What?
I'll just splat it on the table.
Well, I am super skilled in understanding Numenera, as you know.
All right,
Yes.
Let me roll. Let me determine this thing's level as well. Okay. It's a level 2. So it'll be difficulty 2 to identify. You got a 5.
Let me roll that. That's embarrassing.
I would love for people to have an artifact where they didn't know what it did. That's a 10.
There we go.
Okay.
It's a thing.
Okay, I figured.
All right. It's actually a mimetic device. So it is a Mimicry Orb, level 2 artifact. It has a depletion of 1 in d6, and you can basically tap it to any cipher, and it will copy that cipher.
Whoa.
Level 2 or less. So you get a free extra cipher until it depletes.
Wow. Like, does it permanently bond to a specific cipher or something?
So the depletion roll triggers when you copy that cipher. After you use the cipher, the copied version, it reverts back to its normal form.
I see. Okay.
And then if you want to copy another thing, you can, but you have to make a depletion roll each time.
I, of course, repeat all this,
Okay.
minus the depletion thing.
Thank you, Serenia. Man, I kind of wish I had saved that tectonic bomb. Now,
Infinite bombs.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just made a terrorist.
Because it's level 2, it only works on like level 2 or less ciphers.
oh, yeah, that's
if you had, you can attempt to make it work with either crafting or understanding Numenera
Right.
on larger things, but it might require
Yeah.
additional resources and / or have catastrophic results.
Got it. For those of you who didn't know what I was talking about, my starting cipher was a level 9 bomb. I don't even know why I had it. I
Yeah,
traded
it's,
it. I traded it away as soon as I could.
As a portable Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
which he made the character choice of get this thing the hell away from me the second
Yeah.
he got the opportunity, which I respect the hell out of.
I do. I just became trained in tinkering. So actually, maybe I could make that work.
Ooh.
But anyway, cool. Thank you, Serenia. Do you
No.
want it?
I mean, I won't say no.
And I just got this badass Iotum thing. So
Yeah.
I've already got 2 artifacts. You take it.
All right. I now have a, what's it called? Mimetic spear?
Mimetic sphere. Joran's sort of been watching this back and forth, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and we're already in the building." No. Yeah, you just turn this in with the rat catcher. She'll pay you.
Okay.
You did all the work anyway.
Appreciate it, Joran.
Yeah.
If you got any more work, let me know.
Yeah, I think I might come to you first, and then we'll go hunting. Next
Okay.
time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Sweet. I could get some actual money now.
So yeah, you are flush with cash after you turn that in.
Okay, good. I want to channel any revenue I gain into building more of a shack
Okay, I thought
instead
you were
of a
going to say,
lean-to.
I go gambling immediately.
How about
Oh
rent?
God, that's right. I forgot about
How about
that.
a mortgage? Maybe instead of building your own abode, you could just buy one that already exists.
You were the one who told me that property value on Zatolis is insane.
Yeah. So rent.
Rent. I
I
want someone
rent.
to raise my kids, dude.
Everybody rents here.
Hmm.
You can't live in downtown Zatolis without renting.
The zoning laws are completely insane.
Also,
Okay.
like, all the deeds were bought up by, like, unscrupulous old families, like, hundreds of years ago.
Like, which families, pray tell?
The Stroganovs.
No, veto. Breaks rule 1.
Okay.
Our rules of improv are no things recognizable from our world, no obvious jokes,
Okay.
and those are pretty much the only 2 rules.
All right. I'm gonna think about whether or not I should gamble with this, but okay, cool. I actually have money now.
Okay. So, I think there are 2 obvious story beats that we would go to next. One is in the previous session when Sirenia accessed the infosphere, like the sum total of all data being broadcast on various invisible wavelengths. She discovered that the source of the glucose that makes the Saccharine swamp, this sweet water wetland that Zatolis is currently striding through, is actually an ancient facility of some sort. So gearing up and exploring that is a potential opportunity. I also think that our resident Arcus, 4th of the 5th, will soon discover that he has an open invitation for him and his close associates to visit with Blind Barl in his estate. Blind Barl is the head of the Merchants Guild and one of the probably the richest person on Satolis.
I feel like he can wait. Let's go do some adventuring.
Yeah. So, I imagine that as soon as I tap into the infosphere, I immediately go track down my buddy Cyberdane.
Yes.
Hey, man, you still got that hang glider?
I gave that to Joran.
Do you think he could let us borrow it?
I think I'm distracted right now because you found me in the gambling den.
Oh, no! All right, I'll give you some XP for that.
Okay.
You hand me where are my chips at?
Yeah. Once a gambler, always a gambler.
The self-imposed GM intrusion.
Yeah, it's what would happen.
There's a mechanic in Numenera where I can give chips to like make bad things happen to players. When they do it to themselves, they still get XP.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I think I just lost all my money, but
Well, let's roll.
I do want to roll for
As
it.
we established,
So-
it's a D20 roll. 19 through 2, you lose all your money. Maybe make some friends or have a random encounter. 20, you make a small fortune, and 1, you end up seriously in debt.
All right. I'm not going to spend any XP on this like last time. That was crazy.
What?
That did happen.
I'm just going to go for it.
Oh,
my God. All right. I'm a man of my word. It's a 1.
Oh, no.
Rough.
So he rolled a 1. So in your sort of haze of gambling in this smoky den,
Man,
there,
that sucks.
Big Guy Charles is there. It's his weird gambling den. You sort of are playing for a little while. You look up, realize you're like all in. All of your chips are in. You don't have the strongest hand.
Yeah.
And across the table from you, you hear this like sort of old but like charismatic voice say, "I'll call." You look up and there is like an older man flanked by 2 of the scariest looking Zatolians you've ever seen as bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a blindfold around his head.
Yeah.
He's got short hair and like a goatee, very well manicured. He's wearing incredibly fine silks and has like a modest but still impressive coin purse
Got it.
and a knife.
All right.
If this were like a sweet Tarantino movie, there'd be a freeze frame and then blind Boral.
Right. Okay.
Or a close-up of his feet.
I
And that's when is it Salma Hayek?
Yeah, no, you're talking about Uma Thurman.
That's when Uma Thurman shows up?
Yeah.
No.
All right. I'm gonna wait till the next card comes out. And I'm assuming that he checks or passes or whatever. I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna go into debt here. I'm gonna make one last desperate ploy to kind of out bluff him,
Okay.
and I'm going to bet my house. My house on gosh, what was?
But you don't have a house.
Exactly. That's why I'm going into debt.
Okay.
On what was it? MLK Street? That
Yeah, MLK Boulevard.
MLK Boulevard?
Next to the noodle vendor.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got his blindfold on. He's just like, Silverdane, you don't have a house. You live in a tent on a roof.
Well, it's a house to some.
I imagine you gather those skills during your time as a hunter-gatherer with your clan.
Yes.
Who left you behind. I also understand that you're quite handy with a bow.
At times, yes.
I don't want your house. If you wanna raise this pot, here's what I want.
Okay.
One favor from you, specified in the future.
You got a deal.
Sticks his hand out. He's got 4 fingers on his right hand.
But wait a sec. What are you putting in to match me?
So he
I
puts
wanna-
more chips across the table. Basically,
Okay.
1 fortune.
Ooh, he thinks a favor from me is worth a fortune? That's
Maybe
flattering.
Jokes on him.
fortunes aren't as. He's
Oh.
probably got a couple.
Okay. All right. Yes. You've got a deal.
Okay.
All right. And
So you
I think
flip.
I think we know how this is
Yeah.
destined to end.
You flip. He had the inside straight the whole time.
Okay.
The equivalent.
Got it. All right. Well, I guess I owe this dude a favor. What's his name?
I stand up. People around here call me Blind Barrel.
Blind
You can
Barrel.
find me at the orchard.
Okay.
And of course, I know where you live, and I will send somebody when I have need of your services. Genuine pleasure.
All right.
Gets up.
Yeah.
Everyone at your table is like looking directly downwards, not making eye contact with this person who has a blindfold on.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone is very careful not to mess with him or his scary bodyguards. Like the entire vibe of the room. It's like if like the president was in the room.
Right.
Just like everyone is just reacting to his movements and watching him. And then he leaves and everyone sort of goes back to normal.
Mm. Well, I feel like I just made a big mistake, but we're going with it.
You know how it goes, Siverdane! You can't pay, you can't stay! Get your shit!
Who
Get
is
the bricks!
who is this colorful
That's the
character?
guy who runs the tavern.
Okay.
That's previously established. He
All right.
talks like
Okay. I'm out of here, man.
That's why I don't go to the tavern.
that. It's a wild place.
Now I know why I keep coming back here. It's like wonderful company.
Dude, I'll generate like 3 more NPCs if you want.
Oh man, we'll do it in successive returns to the tavern
Okay.
or the gambling hall.
So we've established what Serenia is doing.
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
is gathering the group
Yeah.
to build this, set up this expedition. What is
Yep.
4th or the 5th doing?
He's going for a steam.
Steam bath?
Yeah, in like a room we have that's just nothing but like steam pipes and like a furnace and like the machine called set up like places to sit. And I'm like molding my little blue clay
Okay.
into like a little bowl
All right.
to get a drink of water.
So I want to do some kind of GM intrusion, but I don't know what it would be.
Steam pipe burst.
Maybe.
Hot scalding steam.
If the steam is irradiated and you're going to have your lifespan. No, I think,
99 to the 100 shows up.
yeah, for sure. A little messenger kid shows up. He's like, hey, oh God, it's steam in here. It's hard to breathe.
It's yes, that's what do you got for me, kid?
4th or the 5th, a pipe has burst.
Serenia wants to talk to you. Said something about an expedition.
Okay, how long do I have? Wait, I take that back. Go back and ask her how long I have.
Okay.
Kid's gonna be all right someday.
Yes.
I don't think he even knocks. He just like jumps, does like a pull up on the window of
Yeah.
the house. He lives like, 4th or the 5th wants to know how long before the expedition's happening.
This is a 3rd-story house. I need to train you.
I know. This is why I inducted him.
It's a jumper.
I'm a yellow belt in wrenching.
Damn.
He's real good at wrenching.
Listen, they got some industrial sized bolts. He's like,
No,
these.
no kidding. He just parkoured his way up there.
Yeah, I pictured you on the 1st floor, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Geez, I forgot what I was gonna say. As soon as possible.
Okay. So about 20 minutes passes. He passes out. Gets too
Okay.
dizzy from the steam. He falls out.
I'll drag him out
Yeah. I think about
and
this
get
time.
him some water. Splash a little water in
He
his
splash
face.
a little water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wakes up. Where am I? What's happening?
We're just outside the steam room.
Oh,
What am
man.
I doing here?
He's
you had a
for-
message for me.
He's forgotten how to
do?
message.
Hold on. Serenia says as soon as possible.
Okay. How are you feeling?
Dizzy.
All right. Can you
gotta
get
pee.
up? Can you stand?
He stands up. Oh, I really gotta pee.
All right,
Runs to the bathroom.
All right. When he gets back, I'll be like, all right. I need you to go back and tell Serenia that I'm gonna be a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a minute.
Oh man.
As I go back and finish my fits.
God,
Okay.
this poor kid.
So about 25 minutes later,
He's slowing down.
you smell like pastry. You look out your window, and 99th of the 100, the little child cultist who delivers messages for the machine cults there. He's like, he says he's gonna be a minute. Also, I got crepes.
Nice.
He brought crepes. Damn.
Where's he at?
He's in the steam room.
Take me to him.
All right. Can we eat first? I'm hungry.
Yes, eat your
All right,
crepe.
So you eat. About 30 minutes later, you make it back to the steam room.
I just bust the door in.
Yeah.
It's a public steam room.
It's been an hour now.
Steaming takes time.
We don't have
A
time.
bunch of half-naked cultists are like, "What is the meaning of this? Outsiders in the steam room, our most sacred room,
Everything's our most
our
sacred
third
room.
most sacred room."
I
Yesterday
suck on
was
it.
our-
It's all a fraud.
Most sacred lunch.
But I am steaming my implements. 67th and 68th with his.
I love that guy.
pants.
I love
Show you
that
where you
guy.
can shove those implements. I've got
No,
more important
I-
things to do.
I don't hang out with him. All right, you know what? We can leave.
All right. So you
Good.
go and collect Silverdane.
Yes.
All right, where are you guys gonna hang out to discuss your plans?
I mean, why not her like living room where
That's
we always hang out?
Yeah.
I'll bring crepes.
I already got him.
I'll bring a couple extra for him.
All right.
He deserves some extra
Oh,
crepes
man.
for that.
I want
Mm.
crepes.
It's the best thing we make on Zatolis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but like
We're known for our
the
crepes.
the thin flat pastry.
Yeah. We're terrible at every other cuisine except crepes.
That's the product of the Ugrev clan. They're so like the Ugrev's history in my mind is I'm gonna roll some story dice for it to add some flavor.
nice.
I got like some anger and some eggs. So
Anger and eggs.
Yeah, those are some spicy
they used to
eggs.
be like sort of like semi-nomadic farmers, so like kind of like a Native American vibe where they have like a wide range of land that they used to like till and do long-term ecological stuff on. But the story is an invasive species of some sort of like half machine, half synthetic, half not hybrid forced them out of their land and chased them onto Zatolis. And they've been here ever since. But they keep their they've kept their ancestral knowledge of ecology and craftsmanship, farming, and culinary skills, and that's kind of what they trade on now. And crepes is like the thing they care the most about. It's like this Zatolian crepe is the equivalent of a New York pizza.
You know, look, other than Zatolian jazz, this is like the only thing we're known for. Okay? If you don't like it, you can move the hell out. Also, I'm wearing like a I Heart Zatolis t-shirt.
You got your they have like little trinkets that they sell for each different crepe shop, and
Yep.
you like you rep which one you like. I love that.
Sponsored by the Zatolian Board of Tourism.
There's no Zatolian. Well, actually, there might be.
There probably is.
It's more like the Merchants Guild sponsors this or encourages this kind of behavior for commerce reasons.
Got it.
All right,
We must scenes the music production.
you're working on it.
All right. I'm going to dumb this down for you. I've had a vision. We got to go.
Can you smart it up for me? Because this is too simple.
You feel like maybe you went too far.
Yeah. I'm a doctor.
99th of the 100's like, I get it.
He gets it.
I think I'm pretty hungover and
Even he probably
Kind of.
gets it.
yeah, mentally destitute.
I was
so
I was able to mentally tap into the data sphere, and it showed me a temple far across the Saccharine swamp that is causing the sweetness in the bog.
Yeah.
And we need to save the ecosystem.
Well, isn't turning off the thing destroying the ecosystem?
yeah, that's what I thought.
It's doing more harm than good.
I say we just go loot it for Numenera.
I say we turn.
Sure.
I'd say we-
Let's do that then.
We need
I
to
need new
turn the.
wrench.
We need to turn the production up. Generate more ecosystem.
The world is buried in sucrose.
But yeah, I'm down to go loot some Numenera.
Okay.
Yeah. How are we going to get there, though, is the problem.
Jaren has that hang glider thing, and he has a flight suit.
Yeah, but the hang glider thing can only take one other person other than Joran.
Can it? Can it?
And I can, as previously established, I can carry someone.
Another artifact discovery? I just noticed that my layers are all messed up too. Hold on.
Oh my.
Not the layers.
And Zatolis is walking right toward it, so we'll get near it and then we'll jump off.
That sounds terrible.
Why does that sound terrible? I thought you wanted to go on an adventure.
I do, but I don't want to jump off Zatolis to get there.
Look, you're with the jumper. It's gonna be okay. I know what I'm doing.
I don't think your jumping skills are that good.
I should also point out that the alternative is going through the Saccharine swamp, which is we previously established narratively when we like zoomed
Hellish,
in on it.
yeah.
A
It's
hell pit.
Pretty terrible.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I don't think the flyer can take everybody, is all I'm saying.
Look.
If it can, so much the better. I don't want to trust Jumpy McGee.
The hang glider can take at least 2 people, we know. And I've got a flight suit that I've carried a bandit or a cannibal king on it.
All right, so which one of us is flying the machine?
Joran.
Are we inviting him along?
We don't need him. Somebody's got to maintain law and order back here while we're gone.
99th of the 100th will do it.
What am I doing?
I'm giving him the day off.
What?
Yeah, you got the day off.
So wait, do I still have to follow the machine cult's prescriptions on
Yes.
my day off? Ah.
You just don't have to run around and announce things. you
Spare the
can
rod.
spend the day in prayer, however you wish.
Oh man,
Here's a
this
wrench.
doesn't feel like a day off at all. He like goes outside.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. I say
No, I say spare the child, spoil the rod, but that's just me.
Spare the wrench?
The machine cult's like only the child's hands are small enough to withdraw the depleted uranium rod.
Also, if the
Jesus.
child's hands get crushed, then he may have a full life of learning something else. If an old person's hands get crushed, he can't learn something new. He's old.
All right, so smash cut to Joran.
Yes.
So we're gonna need to borrow your car.
Joran's I think he has like a 1-story house that is probably like the windows have been boarded over. Those of you who are like have good perception will notice that there's like subtle like tripwires and stuff. He's a paranoid person.
Yeah. It makes sense. I am trained in searching.
Okay.
I would like to carefully make my way up there and up to the front door and hammer on it.
Yep. So you knock on the front door. He puts his head out this sort of side window. It's sort of like a large clay dome, is what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
And the hang glider is actually shackled to an iron like pipe that's sticking out of the ground, like right next to it. He sticks his head out the window. He's like, "Oh hey, my favorite adventurers. What can I do for you today?"
That implies that there are other adventurers.
His eyes are a little glassy. His face is a little flushed. I feel like maybe he's like trashed.
Ah, I see you have a
Really?
steam bath too.
Something like that.
Ah, yes, a gentleman who enjoys a good steam.
Do you want something for that?
For what?
How you feeling?
Feeling great.
All right then.
He has a bottle he drinks from it.
Hey, where do you keep the keys to the flying machine?
Doesn't have any keys. Just flies.
Okay, where do you keep the keys to the shackle to locks it to the thing?
Why?
We're just curious people. We're interviewing you for the newsletter.
He literally
I'll roll
makes that
something.
face. Like,
You're a terrible liar.
I got public speaking and persuasion.
public speaking does not apply. I feel
Alright.
like
all
the-
social
the
interactions.
terribleness of your lie increases the difficulty up to a 5. He's not buying it.
All right, well, I tried. That's me.
He just looks at you like, "Do you want my hang glider?
We want to borrow it, yes.
I'm gonna borrow it. No deal.
Told you.
I'll sell it to you.
How much?
What do you got?"
Well, we're about to go raid this weird temple thing for some Numenera.
All right.
Whatever we find.
No.
No, what? No.
If I was gonna do
I
that,
want-
I'd let you borrow it. Well, cash up front. What you got?
I got this pneumatic cyber.
What now?
The.
I have something.
What you got?
I'm going to offer the portable cover to him.
Portable cover.
Yeah, the little ball that turns into, like, portable cover.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see.
Forgot about that.
Takes it. What does this do?
It turns into cover.
Like a bush?
Yeah, whatever you want it to be.
That's great. Sold. Comes outside. You hear like a bunch of clicking as he's like disabling various traps
Oh,
and
man.
locks on the other side of the door. All right. He goes, unlocks the shackle that was doing the thing, throws it. It's just like, hell yeah! I got a sweet portable cover, and I don't have to deal with a hang glider anymore. He goes back
It's like-
inside,
Shall
See,
we?
slams the door. You almost immediately hear, like he just passes out.
He pulls out a Tupperware, like puts the portable cover on it.
If you peek in through his window, he's literally like face down in his bed with whatever you like the portable cover under him, just like sleeping.
Nice.
He takes out a very dusty book and puts the portable cover over it.
I guess.
Alright. So you guys now have a vehicle.
Yep.
I don't think you're gonna need to write stats because I'm sure we're gonna crash it
Well, it's yours.
for the next 5 minutes.
I'm gonna say that it's probably a level 3. It is capable of gliding horizontally long distances, but I don't think it's capable of climbing unless you can hit an updraft or make some kind of skill roll.
Word?
Okay.
Word. So it's a one-way trip, everybody.
I do have.
No. We got this.
Yeah. That said,
I think it's a one-way trip regardless of what you can do. I don't have a lot of faith in my ability to fly.
I did recently advance to the next tier. Tier
Uh-huh.
2. Not glaive.
Actually, wait. Can you just like push us upward with your flight suit?
I mean, maybe.
That's pretty solid.
And then we
But-
glide down from an apex?
Just
mean,
put,
the
a
only
tow,
other-
put a tow cable on him.
Yeah.
The only other thing I
do
could
that.
think of was I can hedge magic and just create an updraft of wind, I'm sure.
I feel like the whole purpose of hedge magic is just for like cosmetic stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah.
A blow dryer is cosmetic.
I can. I am trained now because I explore dark places in tinkering with things to make them work for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, tow cable. We tie a cable around your ankles, and you pull us along.
I could give that a shot, or I could just try flipping on the switch of that like oblong metal ball thing that powers this.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're not going to turn on the power. I'm just saying that way you can pull us up to a height that we can glide down from.
All right, who wants the glider? I'm also going to say that it's a D100 depletion, because I feel like you guys having a glider for the purposes of adventures is super useful for everyone.
Cool.
So it only depletes on a roll of 1 in D100.
I hope it's the very first.
Immediately, you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay.
Are we doing this? Like, how close is the sugar shack factory?
Oh, man.
All right, so this facility, which I'm going to roll some story dice to see what it looks like. Ooh. So it's sort of like a perplexing bunch of tendrils coming out of the swamp that are sort of like almost gelatin-like, surrounding a like fountain, like basically a raised hole in the ground from which just raw glucose is flowing outwards.
It's a raised hole in the ground.
So yeah, picture like an anthill,
Yeah.
and then tentacles all around it going straight up,
Yeah, right,
Oh,
fly
I see.
right down the thing.
Okay. Cool.
almost like an inverse jellyfish.
Also, did
All
we
right.
ever create that artifact?
The artifact is the hang glider. You guys
Okay.
don't have that vehicle. There are multiple categories of artifacts, which are handheld, vehicle, automaton, and installation. So installation is like a whole ass building.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the shackle chain that he was using to keep this thing shackled up, and I'm gonna shackle it to his leg.
You're really committed to this, aren't you?
I'm ready, man. Let's fly. I've always wanted to fly.
All right. Are we bringing anyone
I've never
else?
flown before.
You have rockets in your legs.
Yeah, that worked one time. It wasn't really also like flight.
Okay.
Jumping over a crowd versus taking a long
So
distance
first
trip.
you have to manhandle this glider all the way to the edge of Zatolis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could drag us.
I feel like trying to take off from it's like so Zatolis is kind of built in my mind kind of like old Jerusalem, where all of the buildings are like really close together and
Yeah.
there's like 3-foot alleys and a lot of stone and
What's
wood.
the tallest building?
Tallest building's got to be like maybe 3 or 4 stories, if you're not counting the treehouse that Blind Barrow lives in, which is significantly taller.
What's the tallest building that we could get to the top of with this stupid hang glider?
Like maybe a 2-story building.
All right.
Like
Let's
a
go.
flop house where people are living.
Yep.
Oh, you mean like my house?
It's not a flop house. Your house is only 1 story.
It's 2 stories.
All right. I'm
Well,
gonna
there's-
climb.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so you guys are gonna make your way to the top of a building.
Yes.
You're eventually able to make it happen. You don't have to make any rolls for this because
Great.
you're not under any duress.
Excellent.
There's a lot of like rotate.
Yeah,
And
okay.
Try to like get this hang glider on a roof.
Pivot.
Then you're gonna roll the flight suit and the hang glider to take off and head towards the installation.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so roll me
Sure.
the depletion roll for the flight suit.
The flight suit is a D6 depletion roll.
So you need to roll a d6 and not get a 1 for this thing to continue working.
Oh man,
Got a 6.
that gives me an extra one charge, right? No.
So the tiny hummingbird wings of your flight suit all explode into motion, generating downward force.
Yes.
As you take off with this chain attached to your belt, you guys fire up the hang glider.
I said ankle.
Yeah, I think it's around my ankle.
That's just so impractical.
Welcome to my life with Tom.
All right. So this will be the 10s.
I've.
You have an actual D100?
I
Let's
mean,
do
you
it.
have an actual D100. It's yours.
All right. Go ahead and not roll a 1.
Wow, that's
95. We're good.
literal ball.
All right. So, you guys soar over the Saccharine swamp. I'm gonna have each person describe an animal or plant or other crazy thing they see on this journey to simulate the amount of time that passes, which is like maybe 15, 20 minutes of flight.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Sarvinia. Go ahead and roll me some story dice.
You right. I'll roll 2.
There we got a beer stein and a gate.
The root beer gates.
Interesting.
It's Root Beer Mountain.
So there, in a hillside of this, there is actually what appears to be like an old mine. But it, instead of looking all dark and barren, there's actually a strange foam that is just pouring out of it. And it also seems to be another source of sucrose from
Okay.
deep in the bowels of the earth.
So maybe this underground complex extends pretty far.
Yep.
All right. What you got for me?
Okay. If it's all the same to you, I will not roll story dice because
right.
I already have an image in my head
Okay.
of what I think populates this place. I think that there are enormous there are oozes, okay? But because they live in this sludge and underbrush and stuff, they basically just look like enormous globs of dirt and brush and just like the land itself.
Like living tidal waves, basically.
Yeah, and tidal waves is the operative word because I think they're very large, like extending just above the treetops large.
Yeah.
And just the sheer amount of free energy in this place lets them just kind of like roll around like essentially a moving vegetable
Yeah.
that just consumes everything in its path.
So you see one of those like go by and leave a trail of destruction. And
Yep.
as you watch the trail as the water sort of like flows back in, there are already trees growing out. Like they grow that fast.
That was a great detail. I love that.
All right. Oh God. What is it with the clown face? This fucking clown face every time.
They're like inside the water. There's like species of like jellyfish that are bioluminescent, and they like spell out patterns as like a way of communicating between schools of jellyfish.
Yeah.
It's like meaningless to us, but
They're like complex.
it,
patterns.
yeah, and it looks like it looks nice.
Okay.
It's pleasant.
Hell yeah.
I had to add one plus otherwise
I'll
it's a
allow
hellhole.
I want them to speak in our language. So it's like, hey there,
They
look
speak in
out.
our language, but they don't. It's like how like Japanese people use English phrases, but out of context. Like it just says things like "eat a Joe's," and you're like, that's not helpful at all.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I have one question for you. So we describe this thing as sort of like an anthill that's flowing with like just raw sugar, and there are these strange tentacular constructs all around it. Around that is like maybe knee or waist deep swamp and sort of like mangrove style trees. How are you guys proposing to enter this facility? Your real options are land in the water, land on a tree, or dive directly down into the hole.
You
The
know
third
it,
one.
buddy.
Am I the only one who's going to be careful about it?
Come on, we're going in.
Damn. Okay. I guess we're going in, boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
This feels like a speed roll. I think whoever is flying the hang glider and Siverdane
Yes.
both need to make it.
Oh boy.
You both need to succeed
Alright.
because you're tied to each other. And I feel like
I got speed points to burn.
it's a pretty large... It's like a gigantic facility.
You're flying the
All
hang
right.
glider?
Actually,
I-
you know what? I'm going to go back on what I said.
I got a lot of speed points to burn.
you can make the dive easy. When you get inside, first of all, do you guys have any light sources?
That is a great question.
Would have been the thing to bring.
Yes.
I do have basically a
Does the cutting glove
black
emit
hole.
light?
Yes.
Then yes.
I'm sure I can make light. Hedge magic.
I think I am.
Yeah, I can.
All right. So which one of you two is flying the hang glider?
I'll fly it.
You fly it.
I'll fly it.
Okay. So you make light basically with magic. Describe what your light source is.
So my light source is it's basically my ability to tap into molecules around the air and change their frequency so that they themselves emit light. So it's kind of like glitter, but I make it glow, so it's a bit brighter. And I can force them together to create a larger source of light. So I make a bunch of like smaller balls, so to speak, of light, and they are like very rich blues and different hues of blue and purples and greens.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. So I think as you guys dive down, your light source blooms out, and you immediately see like hurtling at you a beam or like some sort of pillar sideways across this hole that is thrumming with power, like there's some sort of energy moving through it. On the beam are a bunch of like crab-like synthetic entities whose claws and terminate in various like tools that are working on a leak of this thing.
Okay.
As like weirdly enough, you guys are in this hollow. The sucrose flows up the walls.
Ooh. Nasty.
Gravity is kind of strange in here. But the leaks fall downwards and then flow up outwards. They're working on a leak, and then they all look up and see you guys. So they sort of like turn. They all turn into little hexagons and attach to the pillar. First, I need you guys to make a level 5 difficulty, like agility or speed test flight to not crash into this thing.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to spend some speed points.
4th of the 5th. Let go of my chain.
Nope.
I knew you were
I'm
going to say
spend
that.
2 points worth of effort.
It's definitely attached to the hang glider, so getting rid of it would
yeah.
be like a whole thing.
So I'm going to take it down to a 3.
Okay.
Nailed it.
All right.
I have,
So you succeeded on your part. Now he needs to succeed.
I have careful movement, but that's the only applicable skill.
If only you could
Is
jump.
that any? Does that even?
I don't know that
Yeah.
diving is
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
well
No. That's fair. I buy it. What was the test?
difficulty 5 speed test.
All right, I'm going to spend 2 levels of effort.
That seems right.
Yeah, I have an edge of 1, so I only need to spend 4 points.
All right.
So that reduces it to a difficulty 3. Oh man, I just rolled a 3.
I mean, I saw it fall out of your hand.
No, yeah, okay.
It
fine.
fell out of her hand and it wasn't rolling the thing.
All right, this is the roll place.
This is the real roll. Hey, with a
19,
minor
okay.
effect. So
Nice.
you and 4th of the 5th at the same time sort of like spiral away from this pillar. And I'll give you an intrusion because I rolled some story dice to see what else was in here, and I got basically you see as the sort of hexagonal crab maintenance machines, automatons, all sort of like turtle up, and another hexagonal door opens in the pillar, and a what is just a bunch of tightly compressed coils and plates unfolds into another one of those like feline entities. You see it for a
Ooh.
second before the light bends around it again, and it fires a laser at you.
Oh my. Would this be a speed defense check?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good thing I'm trained in that. All right, what am I shooting for?
That's going to be difficulty 2.
Okay. So for me, 1
Yep.
is, are they involved in this at all?
If you fuck up real bad, they might also get punished because you are chained to them.
All right.
You're fine.
Okay.
You twist in the air, and your flight suit responds to your movements.
Okay.
You are manage to avoid the laser, and you make your way to the bottom of this sort of ravine and this strange stomach-turning force that is forcing the sugar up out of this basin, the sucrose, if you will. I would like each of you to take 2 story dice and describe a detail about the place you are in.
Okay.
And then I think that's where we're going to end this session.
Excellent.
Yes. In Numenera, the cat has the laser.
Who goes first?
We'll start with this guy.
Okay.
So it's a rising sun and a whistle.
As we're like landing, there's like a shrill siren, and like it's like the changing of the hex crab shifts. So like a bunch of hex crabs scurry away, and then some new ones scurry in.
I do want to catch a hex crab.
For sure.
Alright. I've got sort of a spiral, and I've got a star shape. I'm sorry, Tom, can you repeat your...
Yeah, like the shrill whistle sounds like a siren. And
Oh,
then
okay.
all the hex crabs scurry away, and then a bunch of new hex crabs scurry in from like the walls.
Okay. Okay. I think I have a vision for the layout of this place.
Okay.
We're in the central chamber
Mhm.
of a wide octagonal room.
Love it.
And we can see corridors going out in every direction, but they curve and they go down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's definitely some skeletal remains on the floor.
Oof. What kind of skeletons?
Lots of different creatures that have crawled in and just fallen in and died.
So wait, you enter this facility and it's got all this stuff, and you guys land with a crunch on a pile of bones?
Yep.
Yeah, but they're not.
Hell
They're
yeah!
not dead from starvation. They're dead from eating too much sugar.
Or whatever defenses this
Yeah,
facility has.
It's called diabetes.
All right.
All their teeth is rotted
And
out.
some of the remains aren't necessarily like bones as we would know it. Some of them are comprised of different materials. Like some of them are actually metal based as well.
Hell yeah.
Makes sense.
So the party lands at the bottom of a well with a crunch on a pile of bones in a strange facility.
Cool.
We will find out what happens next week on No Prep Numenera. So
Awesome.
exciting. Dude, that was great.
Awesome. That was good.
All right, I'm going to go see if there's anyone we can raid for the people who are still around.
Finally got an
Thanks
XP.
for
that I
joining.
didn't have to burn immediately.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Thanks for mentioning that. We got 2 artifacts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So every time you get an artifact, you get XP.
Oh,
Sweet.
So,
woo!
Nice. Oh, easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, geez.
thanks for the viewers for that one.
Yes. Thank you.
Appreciated.
I can afford an upgrade.
Me
Yay.
too.
Yeah, me too.
Since I leveled
So
up,
you
I
actually
can.
pushed them across the threshold of leveling up, so
Yeah.
thanks.
Since my last upgrade, I can actually see in the dark now, which is probably going to be super.
What?
I can see in the dark.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of my inability to detect falsehoods.
So if you want to, I don't know, make their lights go out, I'd be fine with that.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I did that.
Not giving any ideas.
We're gonna
I
run
did
up on
that.
Ink and Liar. They're a D&D stream. We'll see what they're up to. Go say hi, and yeah.
Cool. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Dude. So how do you feel being a vehicle owner?
Much the same as I was a previous non-vehicle owner.
It doesn't look like raid's working today, so